If you read this book, your understanding level will change completely. If you read this book completely, then I promise you that there are some secrets in this book that can completely change your life. Hello friends, I am Dr. P.K. Paul. Welcome to my channel. Let's think about life differently and change it. So friends, the book I will read today is called The Secret. Before starting today's video, I inform you that the link of other chapters of this book will be given a description. You can view them from there. So let's begin. Powerful process. Dr. Joe Vitale. Many people feel trapped or imprisoned in their current circumstances. Whatever your situation is, it is the reality of today. That will change when the mystery begins to apply. Your current state is the result of what you have been thinking all along. Everything changes completely when you start changing your thoughts and feelings. That a man can change himself and master his destiny is the decision of all who are sufficiently aware of the power of right thought. Christian D. Larson, 1866-1954. Lisa Nix. If you want to change the situation, you must first change your thinking. If you check your mail frequently to see if a bill has arrived, there will indeed be a bill. Every day you spend worrying about the bills coming. You never expect anything better. You are thinking of debt, you are anticipating debt. As a result, you will see the debt and you should not worry about it. Every day you recognize the debt, because you think there are bills. Yes, there is debt. Debts here and there. Why? Because you are expecting. So it appears. Because the law of attraction always obeys your thoughts. Do yourself a favor, expect a check. Expectation is a very powerful force of attraction, because it draws things to you. According to Bob Proctor, desire connects you to what you want and expectation draws it into your life. Expect what you want, not what you don't want. What are you looking for now? James Ray. Most people just look at their current situation and say, this is my situation. But that is what you were, not what you are here. For example, let's say that maybe you don't have money in your bank account or your relationship with someone is not good or your health is not so good. But none of that is you. It is the residue of your past thoughts and actions. We continue to live in this bottom. When you interpret your current situation this way over and over again, you are in effect damning yourself so that the future will be the same. What we are today is the result of our past thoughts. Buddha, 563 BC 483 BC. I will tell you about a method that Neville Goddard gave in his lecture, The Pruning Shears of Revision, in 1954. This process had a profound effect on my life. Neville suggested that every night before going to bed you should recall all the events of the day. Or recreate them in your mind in a way that will thrill you. When you recreate events with your mind you are freeing your frequency from today and sending out new signals and frequencies for tomorrow. You have voluntarily created a new picture of your future. It's never too late to change that image. Gratitude is a powerful process. Dr. Joe Vitale. What can you do right away to change your life? The first thing you can do is make a list of people you are grateful to. It will redirect your energy and start diverting your thinking. Before you may have focused on what is not there, on your complaints and problems, but after this exercise you will move in a different direction. If it sounds new to you that gratitude brings your whole mind into deep harmony with the creative forces of the universe, well, it's true. Wallace Walter, 1860 1911. Mercy Schimpf. Gratitude is a sure way to enrich your life. Dr. John Gray H.N.Hay. Mass. Psychologist, writer and international speaker. What do people want to do when the wife is complimented for the minor work? He wants to do a better job. This is the characteristic of praise. Pulls the object closer, attracts support. Dr. John DeMartini. We bring to you what we think and what we thank for. James Ray. Gratitude is a very powerful process for me. I wake up every morning and say, thank you. Every morning when my feet touch the floor I say, thank you. Then I remember them for what I am grateful for. From brushing my teeth in the morning to whatever I do, I continue to thank. I don't just remember them like everyday routines. I express them outside and feel the feeling of gratitude. I will never forget the day we filmed The Strong Process of Gratitude by James. From that day I followed Jess' method. Every morning until I get this new day and everything in my life. I don't leave bed until I feel gratitude. After leaving the bed, when one foot touches the floor I say, thank you, and when the other foot touches the ground I say, you. Every step on the way to the bathroom I say, thank you. I say this over and over as I shower, get ready. Thank you is said to me 100 times when I am fully prepared. This way I create a strong day and event calendar. Rather than crawling out of bed and letting the day control me, I set my frequency and purposefully declare how I want the day to go. There's no better way to start your day off right. You are the creator of your life, so design the day as you wish. Gratitude is a large part of the advice given by all the great men of history. Gratitude is the longest chapter in the book, The Science of Getting Rich, by Wallace Waltz, 1910, that changed my life. All of the teachers featured in The Secret have emphasized gratitude in their writing. Many of them start the day with thoughts and feelings of gratitude. Joe Sugarman, who is a wonderful person and successful entrepreneur, contacted me after watching the film The Secret. He said he likes the process of gratitude the most and everything he has received in his life is through giving thanks. As much success as Joe attracted to himself, he practiced gratitude every day, even for the smallest things. He also said and felt, thank you, when he got a parking space. Joe knew the power of gratitude and knew that everything in his life came through gratitude. So gratitude has now become his way of life. I have had a few experiences in my life using mysticism, and what I have learned through study, I feel that gratitude is at the top of the list. If you accept the wisdom of the mystery, you can only succeed by making gratitude your path. Dr. Joe Vitale. If you feel differently about what you currently have, you will begin to attract better things. There are many other things you can be grateful for. You can look around and say, I don't have the car I want. I don't have the house I want. Wow, let go, let go. You don't want those things. Focus on what you already have that you are grateful for. Maybe you have the eyesight to read a book. You can be grateful for that. Yes, if you can be grateful for what you have, you can get everything else you want sooner. Many people manage other aspects of their lives right but suffer from poverty because of their lack of gratitude. Walter Wallace. If you are not grateful for what you have, it is impossible for you to come up with something better. Why? The thoughts and feelings you send out when you feel ungrateful will be negative. Whether it's jealousy, anger, dissatisfaction, or not enough feelings, these feelings will not bring you what you want. It can only bring back what you don't want. Those negative emotions are blocking the way for good things to come to you. If you want a new car but are not grateful for the one you have, you are sending a frequency of strong feelings of not having. Be grateful for what you have now. As you begin to remember the things in your life that you are grateful for, you will be surprised to see that countless more thoughts will keep coming for you to feel even more grateful. You have to start, then the law of attraction will continue to take those thoughts of gratitude and give you more of the same. You will settle into a frequency of gratitude and all that is good will be yours. Practicing gratitude every day is the path by which your wealth will come to you. Wallace Walter. Lee Brower is a money coach. And teachers and experts, writers guess. I think everyone goes through a period when they say, nothing is going right, or everything is going haywire. Once, when there was a commotion going on in my family, I saw a stone and I just sat holding it. I took the stone and put it in my pocket and said, every time I touch the stone I will think of something I am grateful for. When I wake up I take it from the dressing table and put it in my pocket. And remember all the things I am grateful for. What do I do at night? I empty my pocket, then I bring it again. I had a wonderful experience with this. A person from South America sees this. What is it? She asks. I explained to him. He started calling it the rock of gratitude. 2 weeks later I got an email from him. My son is about to die of an incurable disease. A type of hepatitis. Can you send me 3 gratitude stones? These were ordinary stones found on the street. I said, sure. Since I had to send special stones, I went down to the river and got some decent looking stones and sent them. 5 or 6 months later I received an email from him. My son is fine. Making good progress. He added, you need to know more. We sold 1,000 gratitude stones for $10 each. We donated this money. Thank you very much. So having an attitude of gratitude is very important. The great scientist Albert Einstein revolutionized our understanding of space, time and gravity. Seeing his poor environment and starting his journey in poverty, no one could have imagined what he would do. Einstein knew much of the mystery. He thanked at least 100 times a day. He thanked his predecessors for their contributions that taught him and enabled him to further his work, becoming a great scientist who was immortalized. Gratitude can be very powerfully applied in setting into motion what you desire in the creation process. Bob Proctor says the first step in the creative process is to write down what you want. Start each sentence with, I am now very happy and grateful that, fill in the rest. When you give thanks as if you already have what you want, you send a powerful signal to the universe. This signal says it's because you've got it now that you are giving thanks. Before getting out of bed each morning, give thanks in advance for the wonderful day ahead as if it just happened. The day I discovered the mystery and began to build the picture in my mind, I did so because I would share this knowledge with the world. Since that day I have been thankful for the secret film which will one day become a source of joy for the entire world. I had no idea how we were going to bring this knowledge to the screen, but hoped to draw that path. I was focused and welcomed success. I already felt deep gratitude. When this condition became a part of my existence, it was like the floodgates opened and all the magic came into our lives. The gratitude to the wonderful team at The Secret and my deeply touched heart is equally present today. We have become a group whose gratitude resonates in every moment and has become their way of life. Visualization is a powerful process. Over the centuries, the great teachers of the past, the avatars and the great teachers of the present have given special importance to the process of seeing with the mind's eye. In Charles Haanel's book The Master Key System, Written in 1912, he gives 24 weekly exercises for practicing visualization. More importantly, his complete. This book will help you master your thoughts. Visualization is so powerful because as soon as you picture what you want in your mind and see yourself in it, you begin to create the feeling of already having it. Seeing with the mind's eye is focusing intensely on the image, and this results in really strong feelings. When you visualize, you are sending a very powerful frequency into the universe. The law of attraction picks up on that powerful signal and sends it back to you exactly as you saw it in your mind. Dr. Dennis Whaley. I took the visualization process from the Apollo program and incorporated it into the Olympic program in the 1980s and 90s. This was called visual motor rehearsal. Whenever you visualize it, you are making it real. Let's talk about a funny story about the mind. We took Olympic athletes and asked them to imagine running in their mind. I have implanted sophisticated biofeedback devices in their bodies. Incredibly, the same muscles are stimulated under the same conditions as when running on the track. How is that possible? Because the mind cannot tell the difference between actually doing the work or just practicing it in the mind. If you can go with your mind, you can go with your body. Think of inventors and their inventions. Wright brothers and aircraft. George Eastman and film. Thomas Edison and the electric light. Alexander Graham Bell and tel. Everything that is discovered or created is because one person saw a picture in his mind, saw it clearly and held it in his mind until the end. All the forces of the universe brought his discovery to earth through him. All these people knew the secret. They had complete faith in the unseen. They knew the power within themselves that drives the universe and made their discoveries visible. Their beliefs and imaginations are the reason for the evolution of mankind. We harvest their creative minds every day. You might think, I don't have the mind of all these great inventors. You will think, they can think that, but I can't. Nothing could be further from the truth. The more you advance with the knowledge of the mysteries, the more you will find that you not only have a mind like theirs, but more than that. Mike, forget when you see the picture in your mind's eye. When you've got the picture playing in your mind, always live only in its mature form. I give an example. Immediately look at the back of your hand. Take a really good look, skin color, folds, veins, rings, fingernails. Note the details. Just before you close your eyes, see the hand and finger on the steering wheel of your new car. Dr. Joe Vitale. It will feel so real in the moment, that you won't feel like you need your car. You'll feel like you already have it. Dr. Vitale's words beautifully take you into the picture of the mind's eye. You'll know your image has taken shape when you feel a jolt after opening your eyes to the real world. That situation, that world is real. This is the field where everything is created. The result of this real truth is the real truth. So you won't feel like you need it anymore. Because you are in tune with the world of real creation through the mind's eye. In that case, you now have everything. You will get it when you feel like it. Jack Canfield. Not just images or thoughts, but feelings actually create attraction. Many people think, if I think positive thoughts or if I can visualize what I want, that's enough. But if you don't feel abundance after doing these things, or you don't feel love or joy, then the power of attraction is not created. Bob Doyle. You really get yourself into the feeling of sitting in that car. It's not like, I want a car like that, or, I'll have a car like that one day. Because there's a very specific feeling attached to it. It's talking about now, not happening. The future is being talked about. If you live in that feeling, you will always be in the future. Michael Bernard Beckwith. Now that feeling and that insight will become an open door through which the energy of the universe will begin to manifest itself. I cannot say what this power is. I only know it exists. Alexander Graham Bell, 1847–1922. Jack Canfield. It is not our job to see how it will be. Faith and surrender to what will happen will reveal how it will happen. Forget the mic. The how is the universe's business. It knows the shortest, fastest, most consistent path between you and your dreams. Dr. Joe Vitale. If you leave it to the universe, you will be amazed and enlightened by what is given to you. Magic and magic are like that. Mystic teachers are aware of the variety of materials you will use during visualization. Whenever you see and experience the image in your mind's eye, you are taking yourself to the place of believing that you have received it. You are also surrendering all your faith and trust to the universe, because you are only looking at the fruits and savoring the results, paying no attention to the how. Picture it in your mind's eye. Your feeling is watching, it is ready. Your mind and your whole being are seeing it already happen. Dr. Joe Vitale. You'll want to do this every day, but don't let it become a routine. The essence of mystical practice is to feel good. You will feel joy in the whole process. You want to be as upbeat, happy and in tune as possible. Everyone has the power to see with the mind's eye. Well, I mean with a picture of the kitchen in your mind's eye. To realize this, you have to get the idea of your own kitchen completely out of your head. Forget about your kitchen cabinets, fridge, oven, tiles, paint etc. You've been seeing pictures of your kitchen in your mind, right? That is, you have seen in the mind's eye. Everyone sees with the mind's eye, whether he knows it or not. The great secret of success is to see with the mind's eye. Genevieve Behrain, 1881–1960. Here's a tip on seeing with the mind's eye, as shared by Dr. John DeMartini in his Breakthrough Experience series. John said that if you create a still image in your mind, it will be difficult to retain that image, so create lots of moving images. As an example, you go back to the picture of your kitchen. Now see yourself walking in, going to the fridge and putting your hand on the door handle, opening the door, peeking in, taking out a bottle of cold water. He is holding the bottle in one hand and closing the fridge door with the other hand. Now that you are seeing the kitchen in detail with your movements, it's much easier to hold this image in your mind, isn't it? We hold more power than we realize, and the mind's eye is one of the greatest powers of all. Genevieve Behrain. Powerful processes become active. Marcy Schimpf. The only difference between those who follow this path, those who live a life of magic, and those who do not is that those who live a life of magic make it their lifestyle. They make a habit of applying the law of attraction, making amazing things happen to them wherever they go. Because they remember it and apply it. They use it all the time, not just as a one-time event. Here are two real events that will clearly show the law of attraction and the perfect mechanism of the universe in action. The first story is about a woman named Jenny who buys a DVD of The Secret and watches it at least once a day so that its words are absorbed into her cells. He was particularly impressed by Bob Proctor, so he thought it would be good to meet Bob. One morning when Jenny opened her mail for the day, she was shocked to find that a letter from peon Bob Proctor had been accidentally left in her mailbox. What Jenny doesn't know is that Bob Proctor lives just 4 blocks away from her house. Not only that, Jane's house number and Bob's house number are also the same. He immediately took the mail to send it to the correct address. Can you imagine Jenny's delight when she opened the door and saw Bob Proctor himself standing there? Bob is rarely at home because his teaching job requires him to travel around the world, but the mechanism of the universe knows only the right time. Would it be nice to meet Bob Proctor? According to Jenny's idea, the law of attraction directs people, situations, and events in the universe in such a way that this event occurs. The second story is about a 10-year-old boy named Colin who sees and loves The Secret. Colin's family went to Disney World for a week, and on the first day they got into a huge line. So when Colin went to sleep that night he was thinking, tomorrow I am going to ride all the big rides and not have to stand in line at all. The next morning Colin and his family were standing at the gates of Epcot Center when the park opened and a park employee approached them and asked them if they agreed to be the first family of the day. As a first family they will be given VIP status, accompanied by a staff member and given a pass for every ride. These are more than Colin asked for. There were hundreds of families waiting to enter Ascot that morning, but there was no doubt in Colin's mind why his family had been chosen as the first family. He knew that these were the results of using his secret. Imagine, at the age of 10, discovering that the power to move the world lies within you. Nothing can stop your image from taking real shape except the force that gave birth to it, you. Genevieve Behrain. James Ray. People remember it for a while. Then he became a connoisseur. Says, I'm really inspired. I watched the program and it's going to change my life. But what results are not seen. The fruit is just ready to manifest in the shadows. But that person is only looking at the surface and saying, these are of no use. You know what happens next. The universe will say, your will is my command, and then disappear. When you let a doubt enter your mind, the law of attraction brings one doubting thought after another in line. The moment a doubtful thought comes, get rid of it. Get him out of the way. Instead fill it with the thought, I know I'll get it now, and feel it. John Assaraf. After learning about the law of attraction, I wanted to actually apply it to see what happens. In 1995 I started creating an object that could be called a vision board. There I drew a picture of what I wanted or what I wanted to attract, maybe a car or a watch or a dream life partner. Every day I would sit in my office and look at that board and start imagining. I had really reached the level of feeling like I already had it. I had to prepare to go elsewhere. I left all the furniture and things in the storeroom. I had to travel to 3 places in 5 years. Finally settled in California. Here I bought a house, did some renovations over the course of a year, and brought in the stuff I left 5 years ago. One morning my son Keenan came to my office. A sealed box from 5 years ago was near the door. My son asked, "What's in this box, Daddy?" I said, "Those are my vision boards." He then asked, "What is a vision board?" I said, "In this I aim all my life." I did. I put everything I wanted in my life in the box. My 5.5-year-old son didn't understand anything. I told him, "I'm showing you something, honey, then you will understand." I cut open the box, and on a vision board was a picture of a house that I had seen in my imagination 5 years ago. I was surprised to see that now we are living in that house. Not exactly the same, the one I bought was my dream house. Later I did some renovations, but I don't know. I looked at the picture and started to cry. I was absolutely devastated. "Why are you crying?" Keenan asked. I finally understood how the law of attraction works. I finally learned the power of the mind's eye. I realized everything I read, everything I've worked on all my life, the way I've built my company, it's all because of that. It worked for my house too. I bought my dream house without knowing it. Imagination is everything. It is the foreshadowing of what life will attract. Albert Einstein, 1879–1955. You can visualize wildly with a vision board. Draw pictures of whatever you want. Picture how you want your life to be. Place the vision board in a place where you can see it every day. Process 91. That's what John Assaraf did. You can remove the image and add something new when you get it and feel grateful for it. This is a great way to introduce kids to the law of attraction. I hope creating something on the vision board will inspire parents and teachers around the world. On the Secret website forum, a person posted a picture of the Secret DVD on his vision board. He had seen the film but did not have his own copy. 2 days after he created his vision board, I was inspired to give away DVDs of The Secret to the first 10 people who signed up to the Secret forum. He came in 10. He got the DVD within 2 days of hanging it on his vision board. Whether it's a secret DVD or a home, the joy of creating and receiving is amazing. Another example can be given of drawing pictures in the mind's eye. Another powerful example of mindfulness is my mother's experience buying a house. Many buyers were ready for this particular house. My mother decided to use mystery to get that house. He sat down and kept writing his name and the address of that house over and over again. He kept writing until he felt that the house had become his address. Then he kept imagining where and how to place the furniture in the new house. Within hours of doing so, he received a phone call that his offer had been accepted. He was overjoyed but not surprised because he knew the house was his. How wonderful! Jack Canfield. Decide what you want. Trust me, you will get it. Believe you deserve it and can get it. Then close your eyes for a few minutes each day and visualize yourself getting what you want, already received. Feel the feeling, get out of it and focus on being grateful to have it and really enjoy it. Then go to your work and send it out into the universe. Trust that the universe will figure out how to manifest it. Synopsis of the mystery. Hope is a powerful force of attraction. Expect what you want and don't expect what you don't. Gratitude is a very powerful mechanism for bringing more of what you want into your life and channeling your energy into doing so. Be grateful for what you already have, you will attract better things. Giving thanks in advance for what you want will make your desire move faster and send a stronger signal to the universe. Visualization is a process of creating images so that you can experience what you want in your mind. As you visualize, you will produce powerful thoughts and feelings, as if you have it right away. Then the law of attraction will return you to reality, just as you saw it in your mind. Make it your lifestyle to use the law of attraction for your needs, not just a one-time event. At the end of each day, go through the day's events before going to sleep. Reenact in your mind the events that did not go your way.